The Apache war parties weren't just fighters, they were legends of survival, striking fear into the hearts of anyone who crossed their desert domains. For over 3 centuries, these warriors of the Southwest carved out a reputation as some of the toughest, most elusive forces in Native American history. Let's dive into what made them so extraordinary. Picture this: a band of 10 to 50 Apache warriors, faces painted, moving like shadows through the rugged canyons of Arizona, New Mexico, or northern Mexico. They didn't need massive numbers, small was their strength. Speed, stealth, and an intimate knowledge of their land let them hit hard and vanish before anyone could catch up. These weren't random raids, they were calculated strikes, often targeting Spanish settlers, Mexican villages, or later US Army outposts. Take the Chiricahua Apache, for instance, led by icons like Cochise and Geronimo. In the 1850s and 60s, Cochise's war parties fought back against encroaching settlers and broken treaties. One famous clash in 1861, after a botched negotiation turned bloody, sparked a decade-long war. His warriors ambushed wagon trains and soldiers, using the mountains as their shield. They'd strike at dawn, then melt into the landscape, leaving pursuers lost in the heat. Then there's Geronimo. His name alone became a war cry. By the 1880s, his tiny war parties, sometimes just a dozen men, kept thousands of US and Mexican troops chasing ghosts. In one daring raid in 1885, his band hit a supply line, grabbed what they needed, and disappeared into the Sierra Madre. The army threw everything at him: 5,000 soldiers, even Apache scouts. But Geronimo's crew ran circles around them for years. He only surrendered in 1886, not because he was beaten, but because he chose peace for his people. What fueled this strength? First, their tactics. They'd scout for days, strike when least expected, and retreat to hidden camps no outsider could find. Second, endurance. Apache warriors could run 50 miles a day across scorching deserts, outlasting any cavalry. And third, their spirit. War wasn't just survival, it was honor, a way to protect their way of life against odds that kept stacking higher. The Apache wars faded by the late 19th century, but their legacy didn't. Those war parties showed the world what resilience looks like: small, fierce, and unbowed. They weren't just fighting battles, they were writing a story of defiance that still echoes today.